Philadelphia. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is... Good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Hodgins in motion. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. You look at this Eagle defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They're going to look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. There to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, set, go.
He'll look to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tap. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. You talk about this Washington defense. They come into top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Ready?
2nd and 10.
Let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Here now, 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 4. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
Waddle, the motion man right. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Pettis on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back to throw again. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 1 second, all that remains. Oh, he stays up, being chased out left. And that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
14, Eagles 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Harrison Butler set to kick off.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Catch is made by Metcalf, and he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. This one goes out. And he lost the football. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 50 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And Xavier Worthy, 54 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4. In motion, the tight end. He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by Mayer. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
3rd and 5. Jefferson going to go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a one-touchdown game. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been two scores. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Another catch there for Waddle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Barkley going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go, set. Ready?
Another try for Barkley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down. Completes this to Jefferson. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7. He'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal. Here comes 2nd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead.